Rock and Roll Trucker.
This is the Rock and Roll Trucker. We're knocking out miles, we're eating good, we're rocking and rolling and having a good time. Come along for a ride. Let's see where we can go today.
Good morning from Mississippi. We're up and driving. We slept in the parking lot of the luxurious 5-star digs and amenities of the Corinth, Mississippi Wal Mart last night. Yes, only the finest for the Rock and Roll Trucker, yes. No, it was a good place to park. Nice and quiet, nobody bothered. I was able to get up this morning, go in there, restroom, grab a drink, grab a snack, hit it, back out on the road. It's a little, now that Walmarts aren't open 24 hours anymore, the ones that will let you get away with parking, it's a little more peaceful now, because you just, at 11 o'clock, it's just shut down. There's no, stickler night shift managers that are trying to prove a point or anything like that, coming out there and running you off. And you can't park at all of them, but if you dig and research and do your homework there, you can find the ones that'll let you get away with it. When I get a chance to stay at them, if I've already had a shower and stuff like that, that's where I prefer to camp out and stay. It's just a more appealing option than the expensive, dirty truck stops to me. Yeah, so what I chose to do last night, rather than try and get into Memphis and find nighttime parking, which just was not an option and was not going to happen. No. I've been around this ball game long enough. I know what to do. I don't always know what to do, but I generally know what not to do, and that's a not to do. Yeah. We're rolling. We got about, what time is it? 8:10. We got about an hour and 20 minutes to get where we're going. I think my fuel is going to hold out. I was going to fuel on the way there, but there's a more attractive option en route to where I'm going after I pick this load up. If my fuel will hold out, my best price today is showing at the Flying J in Olive Branch, Mississippi. I have not been there in many years. Many years. I used to stop there semi-regularly way back in the day, especially when I drove for Bar None Transportation way back when. I drove for them twice. Used to stop there. I was in Memphis quite a bit more often. This will actually be my first trip to Memphis with BWI / Great Wide here. I've been pretty much sticking. I've had a nice little southeastern loop that I've been running, and it has not come over this far. I kind of would prefer to stick to the things I've been doing, but this will work. It gets me back over into around Savannah and kind of throws me back in the regular loop there. So yeah, it'll all work out, and we'll find we've got that is one of my cheaper fuel options anywhere that I've had for the last week or two. I'm going to get today, so hopefully that price doesn't change before I get there, because that will be nice. I can get a nice round of fuel there. I might go ahead and fill it all the way up there, because that might be the best price I see all week. We'll see what happens. I may just go ahead and pump her full there. Just go ahead and pull the trigger on that, and then I'll be good for the next few days. I'll be able to get to Savannah. That'll give me what I need to get out of Savannah for pretty good ways too. So yeah, we'll see. I don't know, but it's gorgeous out today. A little cold. It was in the 30s when I got up. Still showing in the 30s now, but knocking on the door of 40. Sun is out. As you can see, that beautiful blue sky in front of me. Not a cloud in sight this morning. Not behind me. There's one cloud behind me, just a wispy little thing. Just blue skies everywhere. I love it. Nice day. Good day to drive. Now, it's a good day to do anything else too. It's a good day to do most everything else that I could ever want to do in life, rather than drive. But since this is what I got to be out doing, this is what we're going to do. Yes sir, yes ma'am. I'm going to go for now. Turn my radio show back on, get some of this driving knocked out, end up somewhere, do something, try and get paid, try and make a life out of this, right? Try and keep on making a living out of this. And I'll see you guys here in a little while. Probably, well, it might be back in Mississippi again. I don't know. Maybe from Memphis, maybe. I don't know. All I know is you'll see me again in a little. Y'all be good until then. Hey, I'm back. We're over here on the Highway 78 in Mississippi. Man, and I tell you, the state police and the DOT in Mississippi have had this highway occupied like an army down through here. I kind of slacked off since I got past Tupelo. Well, I'm almost past Tupelo here. And man, before I was rolling up on Tupelo, man, it was like full occupied. It was wild. I've never seen that many police just in a short distance before. They're just everywhere, and they were popping people. I mean, they were popping trucks, popping cars, like everything. Getting pretty aggressive and pretty money hungry there. It was wild. I saw one. I was in the right lane, minding my own business, doing my thing, and a car came. I was doing below the speed limit. I was doing 66, 67, and a 70 there, and just tooling along. Not getting out of hand, not getting in a huge hurry there. And a Cadillac came bopping by me. I'm guessing probably doing 75. And passed by the one that was sitting in the median. And we got about probably 3/4 of a mile ahead of it before he decided to pull out and come on. And then a couple of minutes later, he come blowing by me, doing what had to have been every bit of 90 at least. They're gonna drive speed at 90 miles per hour to pull somebody over for probably doing 75 down through there. It's kind of fascinating to how that logic works sometimes. I don't know. People are crazy out here, and there needs to be, people need to be held a little more accountable out here these days because they're driving so wild. But it is a weird concept to me to excessively speed to pull somebody over for aggressively speeding. It's like you're driving like way crazier to catch the person that you're pulling. You're driving way crazier than they are. It's just to pull them over. It's weird. I don't know. Whatever. I'm rambling. They do what they got to do. I do what I got to do. Just mind my business over here in the right lane. I don't get too aggressive. I can go faster. Just don't always have a reason to. I'm not going to wear and tear my truck when I don't need to and blow excess amounts of diesel out when it's unnecessary. I'll open it up a little bit. If I'm out on the open roads out west or something like that, I'll open her up a little bit. Or if I'm in a massive hurry, and I'm not locked up in gridlock traffic or anything, I might go a little faster, but I generally just ride in my right lane and take it easy, try and stay a little more relaxed, try and not abuse the truck. Everybody else is going to do what they're going to do, though, and there's some crazy people out here. We're tooling along. It's 60, 65 degrees right now. Still, as you can see there, gorgeous blue sky. Not many clouds to be seen anywhere. Just an absolute beautiful day. Very, very, very beautiful day. I like it. I like it a lot. I'd rather be home. Living life, making money other ways. But I got to be out here doing this. I'm going to be doing it on a day like this. Yeah. We got our load picked up there in Memphis. It was like on the far side. I was basically like, you could almost step on one side of the road to the other and be from where I was at back over onto the Mississippi side there. And we got loaded up. It was actually a pretty excellent place. It was a big campus of warehouses. It was one company and they had multiple huge buildings, but big, wide open, spacious place. Easy to maneuver, clean, very quick in and out, personable security. It was a really good place to load. We got on our way. We stopped back over at Olive Branch at the Pilot, or at the Flying J, fueled up. That was my best fuel price on this trip, and I decided just to go ahead and pump the tanks all the way full since it's only Tuesday. I'm not going to see a better price on this trip, and probably not for the rest of the week. So we just went ahead and got the next couple of days of fuel in the tanks right now. And this load is only 12,000 pounds, so I'm doing pretty darn good on fuel mileage right now. So I should be able to make this tank stretch a pretty good ways as far as 18-wheeling goes. It's be a sorry state of affairs in a car if I was getting that fuel mileage, but what I'm getting right now in this here Kenworth is actually pretty good. So good decision made there, I think. Yeah. We got there when I was getting ready to turn in the truck stop. I saw a police officer had a lady stopped on the side of the road. She was just on foot, kind of a vagrant looking type, and you could tell probably under the influence of something. And he was talking to her while I was sitting at the stop sign waiting on my turn to turn left, and finally let her go. And she rambled on, and it took me a minute to ever make my left turn. And she actually beat me inside the truck stop, and I got in there, and speaking of, there was one of those police sitting right there. There's one with a pickup truck pulled over. They're everywhere. They are out of control on this Highway 78 today. But anyways, she was in there, and she talked them into giving her a piece of pizza in the store to drink, and she was just roaming around like in a complete psychosis, out of her mind. It had to have been it was showing all the signs of being meth, like bad tweaked out on meth, man. Her eyes looked insane. She was rambling. Like at some point she was sitting at the table at one point she was sitting at the table in there in the subway, just literally like yelling gibberish. There wasn't even an English word coming out of her mouth, and she was going off. She just started babbling on about she knows what you MFers did, and y'all can't mess with my kids like that, and then something about N-words, and was getting pretty crazy. And this the majority of the staff there were African American, ladies and gentlemen in there, and she was in there just blurting out all kinds of things, and a lot of them not real kind or socially acceptable there. And she was saying all kinds of things that most of it didn't make sense. I'm sure the stuff about the kids and stuff, I'm sure there's some sad story involved with that, and it's just blurting out and running over there, so I'm sure there's some sad truth there to that part. But most of it was just lunatic, out of her mind nonsense. Had the sores all over her faces, and just like some of the wildest eyes I've ever seen in my life. Just couldn't stop moving, couldn't stop talking. It fit the qualities of everything I've ever seen with people being just completely whacked out on meth, man. It was kind of sad to see. I wonder how much longer she was able to hang out in there before she got kicked out. I don't imagine she lasted too long, especially with some of the things that were overflowing out of her mouth there, as far as the racial slurs and stuff like that. It was uncomfortable and sad to see, and it amazed me. I mean, I guess she technically wasn't doing anything illegal unless you rung her up for, being out and under the influence of narcotics or something like that. But after seeing her erratic behavior inside that truck stop, it's crazy to me that police officer just let her go. I mean, I guess there's probably no grounds to take her in on anything or whatever, but if anybody needed a trip to get dried out and find some help and get hooked up with some different channels, I don't know what the solution is there. It was kind of a bummer and sad to see, though. But, I don't know what so much you can do for people. I don't know what the answer is there. It was a bummer, though. It was a bummer to watch, bummer to hear, bummer to see a person get in that kind of state. That's, I'm not going to harp on that. That's depressing. A little positivity up in here. The world's a crazy place, y'all. A lot of sad, garbage stuff out in this world. It's if you got it good in life, appreciate what you got there, like I talked about in my video yesterday. I hate to see people like that. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna drive. I'm getting long-winded. You don't want to hear me keep on rambling on. Got places to go. I don't got no people to see, but I got places to go. I'm going to get there and holler back at y'all from either the state of Alabama or the state of Georgia, whichever one I feel like getting back on here on. We're still deep in Mississippi here, trying to get to the Alabama state line there. Let me see, we're coming up on exit 97, so I guess we got 97 more miles probably of Mississippi before we cross state lines. But I'll see you from another state when I see you here in a little while. Y'all be good until then. I'm back for just a moment, just to clarify something I said a few minutes ago, because I was wrong. I said I'm passing by mile marker 97, so I must exit 97, so I must have about 97 miles to go of Mississippi. I was wrong. I was thinking the mile markers were going down. They were going up. I haven't spent much time on this highway in several years, so I forgot. And I just passed the Welcome to Alabama sign in way less than 97 miles. Not more than a good handful of miles, to be honest with you there. So I know that somebody, if they got that far into the video, that knows it down through here, called me out on that. So I'm just here to say I was wrong. You can save your correction because I'm correcting myself. There you go. Incorrect. Even I'm wrong sometimes. Not very often. That's a lie. Wrong quite often. But yeah, it wasn't 97 more miles. It was just a few more miles. The number was going up, not down. Silly bird right here. I'll get it right next time. My mistake. See y'all later. I don't mean to brag or anything, but out here in my day-to-day trucking life, I don't stay at anything less than 5-star accommodations. So y'all shouldn't be jealous or anything, but how many of you people can call this home tonight? Oh yeah, we're chilling at the Wal Mart like the homeless vagrant that we are. Fantastic. Well, as y'all can see, I'm camped out at a Walmart again. Yes, I am. We're in Macon, Georgia. We were down to about the last 30 minutes on our drive line, and we didn't have many options past where we were at. And so found this one on Trucker's Path earlier, and I was like, all right, we'll give that one a try. And here we are. Some of them classy Walmarts too. You go in there and you go to the electronics section. I was looking for a particular type of phone charger, and one of them good Walmarts where everything's locked up behind glass cases and everything. We'll see. Walmarts are usually peaceful to sleep at. I don't expect any problems here, but it's, judging by the inside, it's one of those. It's one of those. But doesn't matter. I'm about to warm me up some soup, chill out for a little bit, go to bed. I'm tired. It was a long day. I got about 2 hours to get to where I need to get tomorrow. I got a very early afternoon appointment, so no real hurry. No real hurry. They might try and run me out of here before I'm actually ready to leave. I'm going to try and deliver it early. I was successful in getting it picked up early today. I don't know how the delivering it early will go. All I can do is try, and try I will do. Yeah, the rock and roll trucker's slacking on music again today. Just didn't listen to much. I stayed distracted. Just didn't even really listen to a lot of stuff today. Didn't even listen to a lot of radio or podcasts or nothing. I just listened to one thing. That was about it. Just didn't consume much today.
But I did see a video from the homies in Scattered Hamlet today, so that's what I'm going to recommend, especially if you're a trucker. You'll love their music if you're a trucker. You ought to love it anyways, but it's like, I don't even know how to describe it. It's everything you could ever want. It's like all of the great rock and roll that you love tossed in the blender with the attitude of all the great like country music that you love, with a fine dose of the attitude of punk that you love thrown in there. You can't go wrong with any of their albums or EPs. Just look up Scattered Hamlet. 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 Scattered Hamlet. Look them up. YouTube, Spotify, YouTube Music. Wherever you listen to music, you can find them. Pick anything out of their collection, listen to it. You're going to rock. You're going to love it. I was lucky enough, last year, I got to go out on the road and fill in on bass for them for 3 shows, and was supposed to go do like 5 more this past December, and before we even got to the first show, somebody ran over us in the interstate in the construction zone, rear-ended us at about 60 miles an hour, and totaled the trailer, destroyed some of the equipment, ran the back of the trailer up to the back of the van, nearly totaled the van, and before we ever even got to the first show. And then I moved on and started doing my owner-operator thing and everything, and they booked some more shows up, and it was a lot easier for them to put somebody else in for those shows, so I didn't get another opportunity to go back out with them like I wanted to. That's still a bummer to me to this very day, but I guess you end up where you're supposed to end up. I don't know. Maybe one of these days I'll get another crack. I don't anticipate it, but that's one of my major bummers in life. Sorry, I didn't mean to go there. I was just going to talk about the music, and then that got me to thinking how much of a bummer that was to not have gotten another crack at that. And I understand why, but still wanted to really, really, really badly. Still bummed out about not getting to play those other 5 shows. And we were going to New Orleans and Texas, and had a bunch of cool stuff on tap. Memphis. All got wiped out before we even made it to the first show. We were going to Oklahoma, I think. I think that's where the first one was. I can't remember. Kansas City. Can't remember. But it's one of my major bummers of life there, that never got another chance at that. But I'm going to tell you, go pick anything out of their catalog. Give it a listen. It's going to rock. You're going to like it. I'm going to go get up in the morning, get to Bloomingdale, Georgia, which is basically Savannah. And I'll most likely go from there to grab one of our normal loads that we get out of Pooler, Georgia there, if I had to guess. I don't know, because we're delivering kind of late, middle of the day, so it kind of throws off a lot of those loads. So we'll see. I don't know what the future holds in anything, but I'm going to go. Whatever time it is, wherever you're at, have a good night, good morning, good afternoon. It's nighttime here, so I'm going to say good night. Spread good will and good vibes wherever you can. And I'll see y'all on the next one. Bye-bye for now.